And he was so happy because I'm shouting. Actually, when me and him met, me, I was shouting. The wife just moved aside, like, who are these crazy? Me, I was shouting Bishop. And he's asked me where I'm from. I said, from Kenya. He said, he's coming to Kenya. So we had our own drama right there. We took a photo. The security has told you, don't take a photo. He's the one telling you, bring the camera. I said, the bishop has said, we are taking a photo. So you give the phone. He's here telling me you're not in the photo.
Is this now where the birth of Mavuno Marketplace Church comes in next?
Mavuno Marketplace, so I'd left.
Yeah?
So during this time, I sat for 8 months, did Mizizi, came back, left now to go do the Marketplace ministry. I was not at Mavuno, now I was doing the Marketplace thing. And I left also when I went to do Bible school. So I'm doing my own things out there. That year I attended Mavuno, but now I'm not even attending Mavuno. And then what am I trying to say? What did you ask me?
About the marketplace, Mavuno Marketplace. Because after this, go on.
So I'm in Atlanta.
And what had you gone to Atlanta to do?
Woman Thou Art Loosed. A friend or a son in which had bought me a ticket in 2018 for Woman Thou Art Loosed. Then COVID came, so they didn't have it in 2020. 2021, they had everything online. And then I can't remember, it was 2022 or 2022, I think. Bishop says he's handing over the church. So now my ticket is valid now. It was bought in 2018. But now it's 2022.
That's when it's valid.
Yes. So I've gone to, every year by the grace of God, I would go to Bishop T.D. Jake's meeting. It was International Pastors and Leaders. Then it became International Leadership Summit. So I'd go every year.
Met him?
Oh, yes. About 4 or 5 times.
Had a conversation with him?
Oh, yes. He even prayed for me. Yeah. Yeah, we met the bishop.
Actually, what's your T.D. Jakes story? Because you've
which one now? So T.D. Jakes, now you see you left that story. You tell me.
And we're coming back to
so my
Mavuno Marketplace.
T.D. Jakes' story is, my husband left in 2001. Yeah, I think so. When he left, you see, I'm trying to figure out, because I was in a drunken stupor for 2 years. But within that track, because that's when I started watching T.D. Jakes. So when he left, I went to Luthuli Avenue, I remember, and bought a small 14-inch TV. And it was when Family TV had come to Kenya. But I used to laugh at people who watch Family TV. And I used to tell them, you need to get a life. Instead of watching Family TV, that's what I remember vividly. You need to get a life. So what do I start watching?
Family TV.
Who are the people I'm watching on Family TV? Bishop T.D. Jakes, John Hagee, and Joyce Meyer. But the thing that is fascinating me about the bishop is, how does this man know my life? How does he know this is my life? So I'm into Bishop T.D. Jakes 2001. So
this is before your...
So I'm still in my drunken stupor, coming out of drunken stupor days. But he really ministers to me. And he's ministering to me, and I'm wondering what happened. And one day somebody told me, a friend of mine told me, how come when your husband left, we didn't see you mourning and crying? And I realized I was doing my mourning and crying in my bedroom with a bishop.
Watching T.D. Jakes.
So that was my introduction to Bishop. And then I told you the power of words. I said, one day, it was on my bucket list. I said, God, before I die, I want to go to America and I want to attend these conferences, because now I'm watching them online. I'm attending, we've grown Paka now. I attend Potter's House Church services all the way from Kenya. Technology is a very good thing, Richie. 5 p.m., New Apple, TV, drama with the bishop. I really had a great time. I said, God, one day I want to go. Please, that's my bucket list. And I left it. And then I remember my 48th birthday. I was praying for one of my sons at that time. And so she came to the house. I prayed for her. I anointed her with oil. And then she was going somewhere. Then before she left, she said, I know what I'm going to give you for your 48th birthday. I said, what? She said, I'm sending you to see the bishop. I could not believe it. Ha! La, 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 I was screaming the whole house down. I was like, are you serious? He says, yeah. I'm going to send you to see your bishop. And she sent me to Atlanta. She paid for my tickets, my accommodation. And I went to, paid premium ticket. So I was in row 12. Remember I told you 12? Day one, I was in row 12, hyperventilating. This is my bishop. My bishop is standing here. What is going on? Crying. And then I loved those meetings because you become friends with the whole row. You don't know each other. Mm-hmm. You tell each other all the state secrets. You cry all the crying. Then you say, it's therapy. I've never had so much fun with women. I don't even know their names until today. Week one, I was in day one, I was in row 12. I walked through the streets of Atlanta at 5 a.m. It is later I was being told how dangerous that is. But because Bishop has been coming and bringing these meetings here, they have extra police. So everybody must be wondering what is wrong with me. The doors opened at 8:30. I was outside, standing at the door at 5:30 a.m. at the Philips Arena. My bishop is here. I cannot even try to sleep until 8:30. 5:30 a.m. I stood in line until 8:30 when they opened the doors. But even standing in line was a whole vibe. A whole vibe. You know, people talk about Bishop like they know him, like it's their neighbor. Because you know me, even me, there's a time, it's like I'm a Jakes. If you ask me, even me, we are together to come about it like this. So outside, there's a lot of drama, telling stories, so that was just a vibe. So enter my preferred seating, 12. I sit with these women, had amazing times. I have pictures. I don't know who those women are. The next day, because they come in early and booked seats, row number 3. Huh? Row number 3, that's where I was sitting. Oh, I've never had such a great time. My bishop was just here. He prayed for us. We wept. That was my best experience. And by the grace of God, from that time, every year, she would send me to go see my bishop.
What?
Every year.
So how did you get the opportunity to meet him?
How did I meet him?
Does he do meet and greet?
No. So one was this same lady, had a contact. It was just a joke. I think she had some contact, and then the person asked, do you guys want to meet Bishop? Oh, we formed a group. Talk about prophecy. I met TD Jakes because we were around 4 of us there. I used to influence, let's go to Bishop TD Jakes meetings. So we wrote, I met Bishop TD Jakes. We opened the WhatsApp group before. How? And then so she was just talking to somebody, and the person says, do you guys want to meet the bishop? She's like, stop playing games. Do you want to meet the bishop? Yes. We met him. So after church, we were taken to the green room. We met him behind the scenes. That's the day he came. She greeted him, and then I spoke, and then he said, can you pray for us? We just both knelt. If you ask me to kneel now, it's a whole drama to kneel. I knelt seamlessly. I just went down.
The knees were using the anointing.
Then he laid his hands on our heads, and then went back to the green room. And what shocked the staff, when we went back to the green room, we just prostrated on the floor and prayed and cried for about 30 minutes. You know them, they used to see him every day. So they wondered, what kind of reaction? What's going on? It's only the bishop. Well, like, it's not only the bishop. He met the bishop. He prayed for us. Once I met him in the corridors. So I became a partner, and then I met him in the corridor. There was a white party, so we were taken out on a boat. Then we came back, and then I was in the corridor, and then I met him, and then I talked to him. And he was so happy because I'm shouting. Actually, when me and him met, I was shouting. The wife just moved aside, like, who are these crazy? Me, I was shouting Bishop. And he's asked me where I'm from. I said, from Kenya. He said, he's coming to Kenya. So we had our own drama right there. We took a photo. The secretary told you, don't take a photo. He's the one telling you, bring the camera. I said, the bishop has said, we are taking a photo. So you give the phone. He's even telling me you're not in the photo. He said, well, you're not in the photo. So I gave him the phone, take the photo. So I have like 5 or 6 photos. I've met him in so many places. One last one, I'll tell you one last one. I'm again in a meeting at a hotel, and I'm staying in that hotel. And 5:30 again, the doors open at 8:30, 5:30. I asked, there were like 6 doors. I asked the Holy Spirit, which door? He told me. I stood. People are even telling me, ma'am, the doors don't open until 8:30. I'm like, keep talking. I know I'm here. 5:30 a.m., I stood until 8:30. I walked in. I sat. There was a corridor. Bishop sat here until I had to be moved after the first service because they're like, who is that woman? Security risk. Sitting there. I just started that door, walk. I was told, walk, sit. Sat. Across this is a corridor here. An aisle. Across here is the bishop.
Hey, you got to talk.
and take a photo. And security had said, no taking photos of the bishop. These people, don't mind them. But after the first session, I was moved. Because who are you? Who are you sitting next to the bishop? So I've had my many I've met the bishop about 6 times.
Wow.
6, 7 times. Even I think when he came to Kenya, I was able to go see him. So it was nice. I've met him a number of times. He's a really amazing man. He's really ministered to my life. And why he's ministered to my life is that he's been vulnerable. Just like today, I'm sure. He's been very vulnerable. He didn't tell us ministry is excellent. He told us the hard parts of ministry. He told us the relational parts of ministry that are so difficult. He's told us all his mistakes. We've seen him shouting at everyone. He just removes everyone from worship. Everybody out, 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 out. Everybody get out. And he leads the whole service. You're like, what have they done to the bishop? He's bought them these amazing buses. He's built them a bridge. And he's always causing because they don't use the bridge, don't use the buses. He's just released his whole life for us. And that's made it easier for me to do ministry. And his is 30,000 people. Me is a handful of people. So I'm just like, and then we're laughing now. Of course, at the time it was happening, it's not funny, but he's telling you the truth. That's what I love. He's telling you the truth about ministry, how hard it is, how you have to love the people. Like at his church, we're always fighting one of his Nigerian, what do they call? Like ushers, bodyguards. We're always fighting.
Handlers.
Yeah, and I'm Muslim. We're from the same continent. He says, get down from that step. I'm like, Allah, my brother, I cannot lean on this. What am I going to do to the bishop? Moved out. Then after we become friends, but not when he's guarding the bishop. And then I can sense when the bishop is about to come down. So I'm usually first there, standing. I look very awkward. Again, the things I do which are awkward. I'm standing in front and there's nobody for about 30 minutes because I know bishop is coming down. And he comes. And they hate it when he comes down. But it's true, it's security. Now, what is this? The bishop is surrounded by a sea of people. But he has to pray for people. He loves people. He really loves people. And sometimes at his own, like this security, but now he needs to pray for the people. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
And how did that, because that story sounds like there's a Mavuno marketplace converse.
So now, when I go to Women That Loose is now, he's handing over. We didn't know. So tickets were bought in 2018. It didn't happen until this 2022, I think. So I'm in the US again because I was there for the first meeting, which happened around March, April. Then I'm back in September. So I'm back. I've gone to the US twice. Like you were there in March, now you're going back. But this ticket is very special because it was bought in 2018. Nothing happened. So now this is Woman Now Loose, and this is where he's handing over. Again,
But you don't know?
I don't think he had said.
Okay.
I can't remember. But then again, I've paid, when I was there in March, I decided to upgrade my ticket to VIP. So I'm on there. As he's handing over me, hey, I'm standing here. I'm here. As he's handing over that whole emotional drama. But the day before, so usually my answers, when I go to these conferences, my answers will come through the speakers. Things I need to do, structure I need to do, going forward. So I've learned a lot. But my instructions always come within the conference. If it's 3-4 days, that's when I'll get my, whatever I came to get. But this time, the day before, I'm in my room and the Holy Spirit says, I want you to send Pastor Murenga a message and I want you to go back to Mavuno. Hey, I almost fell off my bed. Hey, you know what? Hey, excuse me, first of all, you cannot just do that to me.
It wasn't in your head. It wasn't something you're thinking about.
Are you hearing? I'm almost falling. I'm like, please. And then I used to go, can we hear Shmiana, please? We're in Atlanta. What do you mean? And he says, before you chicken out, send him a message now. So I sent him a message. I say, Pastor M, I need to come and see you. When I come back to Kenya, I'm not in Kenya, but I need to come and see you. And so he gives me a date. And God says, good, because that's now firmed up. I'm like, this is crazy. Then this whole handover takes place. It was such an emotional ceremony. I have 55,000 videos. It was so emotional. And then I go to see Kanji. I go to Palm Springs to visit Kanji and Wendy. So I knew these are the people who are going to tell me, don't be crazy. So my whole plan, the plan, is to go tell Kanji what God has said, but we're not going to do it. And Kanji's going to go, why are you? What is that? Oh, I get to Palm Springs. He gives me a video of Pastor M at Fearless. But this message makes me really cry because it's my whole life. It's what I've been going through on my own. He's talking about it. What has gone on in the ministry, how the ministry is changing, all these things. I'm like, what? So I know I have to go. So when I go also, Kanji, a very good friend of ours, Kanji, I say, this, I'm going like this, I'm going like this. He tells me, Pastor Angie, let go. Don't go with vikwasos. Just go and listen. See, God has told you. Thank God for Kanji Bongo. He told me, no. Just go and listen to what. Go and flow. So you're a flower. Let's see what God was. Don't go with, I don't know what demands. Hey, please. So I did. So I went. It was an amazing meeting. It'd been 16 years. But it was a really good meeting. And everything that God had told me that he was to do, he'd do. And it's a marketplace. There's no church. So even some of the things were coming from Pastor M, which God had said to me. But I was still really didn't want to start a church. I didn't even want to have Sunday school. He said, no, it's a whole thing. So Mavuno was birthed. From that, I was in Atlanta when I was given the instruction to go back.
And so how soon after do you meet Pastor M and how soon after do you start?
As I come back, I start in January. Me, you don't do things that you for 15 years. What's wrong with you? It's immediate. So I came back. That was around September, October. I came back. I think I met him in either October or November. January, we started the church.
Of 2023. It's been 3 years already.
I've done 2023, 2024, 2025. It's going to be the 4th year.
Wow. And what does... So, and it's Mavuno Marketplace is a part of Mavuno.
The covering is Mavuno. So Mavuno has campus pastors and all that, but me, I'm a movement. So it's different, and it's marketplace. It's very different. It's very different. So we are like an independent church with a covering of Mavuno and his direction. Because we don't do what they're doing, we do what God is asking us to do. But when there are meetings, gathering, we go. When there are prayer things, we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it's not an orphan church. That's basically, God was trying to prevent you having an orphan church.
Yeah. But you see, all the time they used to about orphan churches. I was like, no, there's no such thing. We'll take it. No, you will not tell me. All this, I was like, no. So I was and also, yet I'm one of the people who teach about fatherhood, but not understanding how important fatherhood is. There's some things you cannot do, cannot progress, cannot move forward without that covering. And some people won't like me for saying that. But it's the truth. You see, God has an order. You can't create your own order. He has an order. So we have to flow with the order. I'm a woman, but I'm a father to so many people.
Yes.
Spiritual father.
You know.
Very.
And maybe this is a segue slightly, then we'll take a small break and then come and culminate. Women in ministry, as leaders, this is slightly becoming accepted, but I'm sure like you hadn't seen it before. I mean, you mentioned Teresa.
Reverend Teresa Wairimu.
Yeah. But there are a handful.
Bishop
You can't,
Wanjiru, yeah.
So I think when I saw it with you is when I was like, oh, I'm hearing this. So we are used to seeing the lady, then I'm looking for the man.
Very many people. That's why even many people come to the classes, they'll come to the forums, but even church still has more women because people cannot understand how can a woman lead us. But that's theirs. Me, I'm doing what God has asked me to do.
Wow.
Let's keep flowing.
Wow. So what's speaking to that?
Speaking to what?
Speaking to women in leadership.
You just have
ministry, especially ministry.
You have to find what God is asking you to do and do it. We are for me, I'm divorced. Others are divorced. Actually, very few, I think, are married. But you just got to do what God has asked you to do. I don't see very few. The number is there. If you're married, fine. If you're not married, keep doing it. You have to keep doing what God has called you to do. For me, it's my obedience. I have to do what God has called me to do. It may not make sense to you. It affects things because the fact that I don't have a husband affects who will come. But that doesn't bother me. But there are forums, they'll come. The leadership forum, nobody has a problem. The events, nobody has a problem. It's just when it comes to church, which is okay. You have to have revelation to go to church. The Bible says the sheep know the voice of the shepherd. So you need to know your shepherd, you need to identify your shepherd, and you need to understand, if that's my shepherd, then I go.
So going to church should be instructional as well.
Yes, if the sheep know the voice of my shepherd. It's instructional. And something resonates when you hear the shepherd speaking, something resonates. But now you see we're bringing our logic. She doesn't have a husband. Why is she leading? There are places, do you know there's a place I was invited, took the plane and everything, got there, and then they told me I can't speak.
What?
Yeah.
Because on the way they found out she's divorced.
Or divorced, or she doesn't have a husband. So that story is a wrap. Wow. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself in the hotel. Perambulated and came home. I can't let that affect me. I know I'm called. You see, maybe the 20 years or over has been confirming that I'm called. You can't tell me I'm not called. I know I'm called. There's nothing you can say or do. I am called. So let's go.
But you know, the sad thing is people may miss out on what was meant for them because they missed out on this.
And the logic. Now, why are you trying to tell God that his people have to be married? What are you saying? What's wrong with you? Don't bring your logic.
You know, that's
this is
the
not
theme.
This is not the logic. This is not the logic space. Eh?
That's the theme of this. Let me tell you what I've been trying to find out here. This life of yours doesn't logically align.
No.
The whole time we've been having a conversation, even in this second half, post Jesus, there's no logic. There's still a mistiness, and I realize what that mistiness is. It's trying to look for the logic. You get?
There's no logic.
Like, yeah, that, and now in fact, that's given me the peace that I need because I'm trying to find that.
You won't find it. There's no logic. There's no logic. It's like the women who are telling me talk about your children because that's because we were told our single mother children will not succeed. You have to succeed. Althea, succeed. Move here, do this. Althea, marriage is a good thing. Get married. Have your children. Honor marriage. You know, just complete oxymoron. Many children. Why isn't she getting married? She should be very married. Marriage. My marriage didn't work. What is it with you? Higher. Learn from me. Yeah.
Learn from me.
Learn from me who my marriage did not work. Even her dad gives her serious nuggets on marriage when nobody's playing here and want you to succeed in your marriage. You can't take on my life. Go and get married. Do things you need to do. Marriage works. Marriage is a thing.
Just a couple more. What is it about Kenya? In traveling last year has made me see this country in a very different light.
Okay.
And everything starts from spirituality.
Yeah.
So Kenya as a nation, for you to understand it, you have to understand the spiritual definition of Kenya. So maybe people are hearing about this for the first time. What is that definition of who we are? You know, even the way I Show Speed comes here and something happens, that's not...
It's not normal.
Yes, it's not normal.
So first they say, a long time ago, I can't remember when, I think in the 60s, there's a man called Maurice Orulo, a pastor, a man of God, who said that Kenya is the springboard of revival. So we have a prophetic word that we're the springboard of revival. There are other places where lots of stories have been told about Kenya that this is a covenant nation. We are children of promise. And sometimes I find that we're children of promise. We have a covenant. We don't even know it. We don't even know what that is. But if you look at the grace that God has over Kenya, it's a lot. He really has a lot of grace. Things have gone wrong in other countries for far less. The other thing that the Kenyan church does is when, like after post-election violence, and then there was the next election, people started praying very early. And sometimes it reminds me of the Israelites. We go do our own thing, then wait. Itumanas were like, wow, we go right. Where is this God? So people go back to seriousness, to prayer. The church unites. Yeah. We have peace. And then we go back to being ourselves, which was a lot. The Israelites did that a lot. So I think God has a very gentle heart towards Kenya. He loves us very, very much. And there's a reason which we can't explain in logic about the favor that's in this nation. This is a beautiful nation. And I never used to understand till you travel even to other countries and you realize, hey, Kenya, we're ahead. And it's a good thing. There's a way the people are so kind. There's a way when I was coming in the barrier, the way the watchman smiled at me, I was like, wow, there's a kindness we have. There's a way, a compassion that we have. Kenyans are very kind, very
warm,
outgoing, very warm, genuinely warm. Not warm for messing you up, genuinely warm, yeah? And there's a way, I think also we bounce back very quickly from things, but there's a unity that we need to get across. Because you see, like tribes, God created tribes. And we're supposed to, they're tribes and they're different. But there's a unity and a maturity that we need to get to in which we can live with each other without drama, which we do half the time until elections come. Politicians seem to be the ones who scatter us into all sorts of things. So we need to go into maturity to not be scattered and not always listen to what they have to say, but to follow the logic, to follow what God is saying to us, and to be united and to be people who love. Because even immediately after elections, post-elections, then people are back to eating nyama choma together, forgetting which tribe people are back from. It's like, wow. We just bounce back ability.
Yeah.
We have that. But also we have territorial spirits. For some reason right now I've forgotten all of them. But one of them is negative territorial spirits and one is against marriage. We definitely, when you're here, you need to pray a lot for your marriage and consecrate your marriage because marriage here is it's not easy to stand. We have a lot of that spirit of mpango wa kando, and it's just normal. It's just seen as normal. There's nothing even abnormal. Just crazy. So there's a territorial spirit over relationships and marriage that is not a good thing.
Alcoholism.
This kind of alcoholism is another one. Something to do with money, but I'm wondering what it is. I don't know whether it's hoarding it. And we have two aspects towards money. One, we can be very kind and help somebody and raise another person. But there's a place also, there's a selfishness towards money, which is so bad that your brother, sister can be hurting and you cannot budge with your millions. We have stories of how they have hurt us, but that doesn't mean anything. You have to have compassion on people. You have to have compassion on people. And then I don't know what it is about corruption, but the levels of corruption, the way we've reached, it has to end. It has to stop, Sawa. It's too much. It's too much. And to be corrupt and to impact other people's lives negatively is so wrong. It's so wrong. People cannot get proper health care. I remember when I came once from Ghana, is it Ghana? And I was so sick, I was in ICU. I can't imagine not having medical attention. And I need ICU. I was in ICU for 2 days, and I think in hospital for
ICU.
Yes, I got very sick from Ghana, but very, very sick. It was bad. I lost 11 kilos in 1 week.
Wow.
But I can't imagine not having healthcare or access to healthcare.
Like majority of
compassion,
Kenyans.
yeah, and they're still paying their healthcare, but they can't get access to it. Like, it's terrible. Like, there's some things we shouldn't touch. Don't touch things like that. Don't affect people like that. It's not fair. So the level of corruption has also gotten to a place where it's affecting people's lives, because I'm a great believer in, I wish there was no corruption, but I think Kenyans are people, if you give them a great environment to live and to work in, they will. They will work.
Okay.
They will work and live. So don't take that. We're getting to a place where we're even taking that away from them. They can't live and work and make a decent day's wages without too much drama. It's not right. So the way that we are going, but God will intervene. I can promise you that. Kenya is a blessed and spoiled nation by the Lord. So I think God will intervene at some point. He has to.
Maybe I've got two more. 2026. You know, I want to tap into that tongue. There must be something about this year. There must be something about this nation this year, just this year, for those who trust and believe. And whether or not you trust and believe, it's still there. And I think this is a nice way to start. What Yeah. I'll pass it over to you, 2026.
What do you want me to say? What's going to happen in 2026?
No, I just, like, for you, what's your feel about 2026?
First of all, the way it has started for us, we get at the retreat is where we get our prophetic word for this year. So we got 4 words this year. One was about leaning in. So there's a focus, but in that leaning in, God brought about trust. So Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6 says that you have to trust in the Lord with all your heart. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will guide your paths. So part of leaning in is trusting. There was fruitfulness. That there's an element of John 15 verse 1 to 12. Remaining and abiding in God, and then you'll be fruitful. Then there's 10 times better, where Daniel, Meshach, and Abednego were better than all the other people. They refused to partake of the king's table food, but they became better. So there's an element of becoming better. But what are the things that you need to stop partaking in? I don't know. God will tell you. Then the last one was laser focus. And then in there was the vision. So you have to lean onto the vision. You have to lean into the vision that God has called you to do. You have to redefine that vision with him. He has to tell you what it is he wants you to do, and you've got to lean in, focus, and get it done. And then there should be fruit that's produced, and there's becoming better at what we do. But there's something else. You asked me what the new season of PLF is, and the theme is called by a new name. And it's Isaiah 62:2. The Bible says that you shall be called by a new name, that the mouth of the Lord shall bestow. So this being called by a new name is something that God is doing, something God is shifting. We are at a very serious turning point. I feel like there's a lot of shifts, transitions, transformation, coming into new things quickly, a lot of suddenlies, but because of all the equipping that has happened. So you see that different people, the people still need to be equipped, but the people have been equipped and they're going to be thrust into something. So, and then called by a new name. God doesn't just call things by a new name. There's a reason. Why is he giving you a new name? Why is he giving an organization a new name? Some churches are even renaming their network groups. What is all that? God is calling things something new, and you have to be aware of what he's calling it, because it says that the mouth of the Lord shall bestow. It is God himself who is calling things by a new name. And that means new vision, new purpose, new assignment, new glories, new territories. Yeah, things are just becoming new.
How does somebody watching this partake in that?
First, you go to the scripture, that Isaiah 62 verse 2, and all the other scriptures that I've said. Spend time in them, pray, and then also look for articles. The best thing also, I think ChatGPT is maybe, or one of the search engines. Type in Isaiah 62 verse 2 plans or prayer points, or from John 15 verse 1 to 12. What are the prayer points I can draw from that? What are the articles on it? What are the commentaries? Biblical, the keyword is put biblical. What are the biblical commentaries on this? What has been said about this? What books have been written about this?
Wow.
What sermons have been done about this? What messages have been done about this? And just do a deep dive. There's too much information. What we have is information overload. Even if you can say, what does this mean for me practically? Isaiah 62 verse 2. ChatGPT. First he just tells me, hi, Angie. Do you want a biblical? Do you want what it has learned to me? I'm like, you? Wait, who are you? Who is talking to me inside here? Yeah, but there's so many ways you can expound on that word in the way that makes you understand it for yourself.
I want to focus on, I want to just ask now. Actually, I want to come back. I want to ask a little bit about, you're an author.
Yes.
There's books that you've written.
Yes.
Where can people get these books? In fact, let me just ask that now.
On Kindle and 11 ebook platforms. There are 11 ebook platforms that you can get the books on.
Okay. We're coming back. Aizo needs to again change his battery.